Well, we've been at work Saturday and Sunday without pads, but when you put the pads on, you really find out, who the contact players are, and this is a contact game, and we told our guys ahead of time that this really starts defining who we are, and I thought it was a good day.
You've got the tight end position. When last year, it was just a tight end coach. I guess how do you kind of divide offensive coordinator duties from tight end? How do you kind of balance that work?
Well, when I'm on the field, when we're on the field with position drills and stuff like that, I coach them all the time. It's my responsibility to make sure they execute what we're trying to do. And then, obviously, when we're in team situations, calling the play, stuff like that. But I also keep a little eye on them during that time too. But we have outstanding coaches here, and I don't watch the line, I don't watch the quarterback, I don't watch the receiver. I watch my guy if I'm watching anybody. So our coaches do a great job of coaching.
It's 3 practices in. What does the installation of the offense look like right now? What are some of the points you're kind of hammering in if you're really installing anything at all?
Well, we started off day one. We actually just put one play in and some variations off that play. I'm talking about run game. The second day, we put another run in with variations, and then today we added another play. So we right now only have 3 runs. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to execute those plays and execute the fundamentals of them and have our players know exactly assignment, technique. Throw game wise, we've gone a little bit more. Day one we had pretty good install that way. Day 2 again we added more, and then today we didn't. We added one concept. That was it because again we had to refine some technique stuff, and so we did that. What we're committed to as coaches is not putting too much football ahead of them. We want to make sure we execute because that's what offensive football is about.
Have you mapped it out at all? Do you want to be at a certain point at the end of spring practice where you have a certain amount of plays or a certain point where you have guys?
No, and that's where as coaches we can't get too far ahead. We've got to stay with our players, and we got to do a great job of coaching them, and that's why every guy in that room speaks up, and we'll say, hey, we need to slow down just a little bit. We don't need to have a big install today. So we all work together with that. With the players, or?
Yeah, with the players.
You know what? I don't know because I really have never been involved in a spring practice where you had that break. But as coaches, we've set up the 4 installs, and we're going to install just a little bit on Thursday, and that's it. But then we come back, we're going to start bringing the install even more so. So I don't know. I would be very disappointed if they dropped off when they came back knowledge-wise.
What's kind of your expectations from this tight end group? It's got a lot of guys that are coming back who have played time. Obviously, they're new to you, but just what kind of your expectations from them?
Well, my expectations, and they know this, is that at all times they play fast, tempo-wise. And they've got to do a great job of finding work when they don't have the ball. And then they've got to, when they're blocking, they've got to be great blockers. It's a different skill set for tight ends. I mean, you got to be guys that can run and catch, and then you got to have guys that can get in the line of scrimmage and run block. So I'm not trying to define who they are right now because that's their job. They got to show us what they can do. And I do like right now, I told them this yesterday, I like their attitude, and I just know we got to continue to get better at things and continue to get improvement. Again, today was day 1 of pads, which I thought we did some really good things, but there are other things we got to get better at. That's coaching, so it's part of the fun.
I know it's still early and you only have that 1 day in pads, but is there anyone who you've seen run around that kind of excites you?
Tight end wise, or
right, just the whole offense?
Whole offense. That's hard. The first 2 days, we're really coaching effort and technique, things like that. And today, when you put the pads on, that's when you start defining the players and how they play, how physical they play, and how they play with mental toughness, physical toughness, those kind of things. So we're just really kind of getting started with that. So it's kind of hard to start pointing guys out yet.
You've had some time to see what kind of tools you have to work with on the offense. You got Simi back, size of receiver. What do you really like about what you have to work with?
Well, we told him yesterday, after Sunday's practice, we said this, that we have talent, but talent alone doesn't win. I mean, we've got to really define our tempo, and we're pushing as fast as we can go, and we're not playing at that speed that we want to yet. We took a step towards that today, so I liked where we were today. But again, we go out there on Thursday. That's got to be better. So again, we're just in that defining part of it right now.